On YouTube. Looks like I'm live on YouTube, so away we go. Hi friends and new friends, and welcome to CATV Live, right here on Cash Alternative TV. I'm your host, Christopher Carruthers, also known as Tao of Satoshi, and I'm wishing any American crypto lovers out there a happy 4th of July. We just celebrated Canada Day here in Canada. Our birthdays are very close together, and it seems like just yesterday that we had a Freedom Festival between Canada and the United States. And they would come over and help us celebrate Canada Day, and we would go over there and celebrate U.S. Independence Day. Lots of fireworks everywhere, lots of friendship and activity. But thanks to COVID-19, that's not happening this year. So I'm stuck. I'm not going to be going anywhere. If this was a normal year, I'd be heading over to Buffalo and taking in the 4th of July fireworks. But because of COVID-19, all that stuff is canceled. Thanks a lot. So that's what I wanted to say about Independence Day. And if you saw the thumbnail, you see that was the big focus of today, as well as the crypto news and the Dash news and the video lineup. So if you're just new to the channel, Cash Alternative TV is a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash. And Dash aims to be a digital cash for the world, or an alternative to cash. If that's something that you're interested in, you want to learn more about Dash, or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube, and friend or follow me on the other platforms where I'm broadcasting to today. I'm broadcasting live to YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, Twitch, and DLive. If you want to find out more about Cash Alternative TV and the platforms that we broadcast on, you can find them in two places. Number one is dashnation.com/CATV, and you'll see that link later on in the broadcast. And two is our newly created Reddit page, which is going to be found at r/Cash Alternative TV. So that's a new site that we set up because we know that communication is important, and having a place where you can find all of our links in one place is good. So we're starting a community there. Come join the friends on Reddit at r/Cash Alternative TV and find out all the information and have an opportunity to communicate with me or anybody else that you want to communicate with about Cash Alternative TV. So I'm happy you guys came on the show today. So as you can see below, these are our Twitter credentials. I'm on Twitter at Tao of Satoshi if you want to contact me. And if you want to contact Cash Alternative TV, our handle is Cash Alt TV on Twitter. So without further ado, let's get onto the video lineup. And this is the part of the show where I talk about the videos that I released over the past week. And this week we had a lot of interesting news, a lot of tangible news that really provides benefits to a lot of people. For myself, I had an interview at the beginning of the week with Blake Chamness. He's the head of Dash Texas Farms, and then we covered the two video newses. So this part of the show is brought to you by the newly established Reddit. So as you can see on the screen, we have this is the link for the Reddit if you want to join. And you can talk to me after the show, or you can find out all the stuff that's going on with the show. We're starting a little social media empire here at Cash Alternative TV. We're starting out slow, but we got a lot of patience, and we're willing to take it through to the next level. So without further ado, on Monday, like I said already, I was talking to Blake Chamness. He's the head of the Dash Texas Farms proposal, and he's had a rough ride with the Dash network. He's had a lot of proposals that have failed, a lot of proposals that have succeeded. A lot of people think that his initiatives are too small and they don't provide enough fruit. So he's got a love-hate relationship with the Dash network. But through it all, he remains dedicated and passionate to the cause. And it's something that I like to see, So I wanted to have him on the show. And if you want to hear from Blake and learn about Dash Texas Farms and his experience with the Dash Decentralized Autonomous Organization, you can find it in my channel lineup on YouTube. And the second show was talking about two news items. The first one was a big one, LocalCryptos. This is like a platform for local trades in cryptocurrency, is now going to be accepting Dash. There was a contest a while ago between Litecoin and it was actually, I think there was 4 different cryptocurrencies, but the only ones that were serious were Litecoin and Dash. And we're having like a seesaw battle. Litecoin was ahead, Dash was ahead, Litecoin was ahead, Dash was ahead. But at the end, Litecoin won. But it didn't go unnoticed by the folks at Local Bitcoins that Dash has a very passionate community, and we have a lot of pride, and we want to get onto as many platforms as possible. And we didn't lose by very much. So now LocalCryptos is going to be adding Dash, and we're going to go over that a little bit later on in the show as well. And the other one from that episode was CryptoRefills. They're offering 30% more rewards points when you buy with Dash. So if you buy a gift card with Dash and you pay, you would normally get 100 points with, like, say, Bitcoin or another currency. If you paid with Dash, you would get 130 points. So that's really cool. I'm not going to go into that too much because, like I said, it's on my channel lineup. And Friday's video was eGifter. This is another gift card company. And it seems like all the gift card companies want to lure Dash members because they're offering extra rewards. So eGifter is offering 12.5% Dash back. So this is a limited time offer, but the actual Dash back rewards program is going to be permanent. So 12.5% Dash back. If you pay $100 for something, you're getting 12.5% Dash back, which is cool because a lot of people want to get that cash back in Dash. They want to get it in USD because Dash is the currency of the future and Dash is the one that's going to be moving forward. So that was cool. And so don't forget to watch these episodes because they're on Cash Alternative TV. They're on my channel lineup. And you can find out how to get, if you're watching me on another platform, if you're watching me on Facebook, on Twitter, or Twitch, or DLive, you can find my information, like I said, on www.dashnation.com/CATV, or the link that you see here, which is the Cash Alternative TV Reddit. We'd be happy to see you guys there. All right, so the next part of the show is when I talk all about the crypto news. There is definitely a lot of crypto news out there today. And this part of the show is brought to you by our Facebook page. If you're on Facebook, you want to follow Cash Alternative TV. The link is in there below. It's fb.me/CashAltTV. So we'd be happy to see you on Facebook. So there was a lot of stuff going on today. We're going to get right into it. And once again, I'm happy that you guys are here with me today. I want to thank everybody who's been following me and paying attention to the show. I'm trying to grow it. I'm trying to have a following that's going to watch the show and learn more about Dash. So that's great that you're here with me. Just going to do a quick check to make sure that you can see what I'm seeing. And yes, you can. All right, so away we go. I want to get rid of this. I don't like these little cookie things. So Willy Woo, this is an article from Cointelegraph. It's made by Joseph Young. It says a new Bitcoin price model suggests exponential bull run in 1 month. On-chain analysis Willy Woo published a new Bitcoin price model showing a new BTC bull run could begin in 30 days. And this was from June 28th, so, watch around July 28th. Maybe we'll have a Bitcoin bull run, according to this gentleman, Willy Woo. So earlier on this week, on-chain analysis analyst Willy Woo released a new price model for Bitcoin. The model identifies the start of exponential Bitcoin bull runs based on historical data. According to the model, Bitcoin may be just 1 month away from an official bull market. So the headline is, will a bull market begin in July? And we always know when the title begins that has a question, the answer is usually no, but we'll see. The price of Bitcoin was hovering around 10,000 in February before the coronavirus pandemic led to the US stock market to correct sharply. At the time, analysts expected BTC to pull back as the price had rejected 10.5, which is a pivotal resistance level. Surprisingly, Bitcoin price dropped rapidly as it fell below 6,000, ultimately dropping to a yearly low at 3,600 on BitMEX. This caused mayhem in the cryptocurrency market as more than 1 billion worth of leveraged positions were liquidated. According to Woo, Bitcoin was positioned for a bull market before the coronavirus pandemic affected nearly all risks on markets. Woo's new model, which accurately marked the start of 4 previous bull runs, indicates Bitcoin is preparing for another uptrend in the near term. Let's hear what he had to say. This is a new model I'm working on. This is Willy Woo. It picks the start of exponential bull runs. Bitcoin was setting up for a bullish run until the COVID white swan killed the party. This model suggests we are close to another bullish run, maybe another month to go. So like I said, all these links are going to be in the description below if you want to read more. I just kind of do a little overview of all the topics that I found interesting. So I don't know about you, but I really hope that Mr. Woo is right and we're at the start of a bull run right now. Because we haven't had a bull run in quite a while, even though there's been lots of good news out there. So I'm kind of interested in seeing what's going on there. Oh no, I don't want to see that. All right. So this one is out of Quartz, Africa, and it's by Tawanda Karambo. And Zimbabwe has a very fragile fiat currency. As we all know, it's been subject to devaluation over the years. They've been using US dollars, they've been using other foreign currencies as their currency of choice. even using cryptocurrencies such as Dash. But it seems like the government has caught on to what's going on. I'm not sure what exactly their end goal is, but it looks like they've banned all mobile money services and amid their currency crisis. So I'm not sure what their end goal is with all of this. It seems like mobile money would be a good thing if they're having a cash crunch, but maybe it's to protect their local currency, which it doesn't really, over the years, you've seen that it's become a joke in the international community, how the rampant inflation in Zimbabwe was just crazy. People carrying around stacks and stacks of money. But they seem to have banned mobile money services, and I'm not sure how that's going to affect cryptocurrency, so I wanted to go over that. Mobile money platforms have been banned in Zimbabwe as the country's local currency continues to lose value, with authorities desperately hoping to arrest the decline. But the move has left subscribers and users stranded in an economy which sees a huge portion of transactions flow through mobile money platforms due to long-term cash shortages at the banks. Zimbabwe's monetary challenges, which include escalating inflation and a crippling shortage of foreign exchange, are the clearest indicators of the country's spiraling economic decline. In 2019, the country banned the domestic use of foreign currencies and reintroduced the Zim dollar. They're going to try it again, which had been dropped in 2009, years after spiking hyperinflation and the adoption of the US dollar under former leader Robert Mugabe. And as we all know, this always happens, the Zim dollar has quickly lost ground and the market has been readopting the US dollar, or re-dollarizing, on its own, with President Emerson Mnangagwa this month forced to pay civil servants a foreign currency denominated allowance, which has effectively officially brought back foreign legal tenders into circulation. So this is very interesting. Mobile money companies, especially the biggest platform EcoCash, have been on the government's radar this year, standing accused of fanning the rapid spike in the street exchange rate of the Zim dollar versus the US dollar. The rapid fall of value of the Zim dollar prompted the government to drop its fixed exchange rate system this week. It says I'm going to skip this next one. The ban on mobile money platforms worsens life for ordinary Zimbabweans. This is the key for us and for cryptocurrency, who have increasingly relied on mobile wallet functionalities, such as bill payments and receipt of remittances at a time when the government has indefinitely extended lockdown measures put in place to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus. So if you guys watch, what's his name on Twitter? Chris Martinson. There's Chris Pete Prosperity. If you watch him on YouTube, he's talking about all this stuff that the honey badger virus. It's everywhere and it's coming back and it's never going away. This virus has really affected a lot of things, and I think cryptocurrency is in a good position to take advantage of it because it's strictly a digital currency, strictly online, and it doesn't have the effects of regular currency such as US dollars, like any kind of physical banknotes or coins. So I think it's really good to promote that it's kind of like a clean way of transacting. But I think that there's an opportunity for cryptocurrency here. I think that there's a great whole country there that could use cryptocurrency as its actual medium of exchange. But it doesn't sound like the government's too keen on this mobile payment system. But it could be in the last throes, like we could see this is the government trying its best to try to keep its currency relevant. But if it fails, anything's open. And these centralized services are there, but they don't provide as good of a user experience as cryptocurrency will, and Dash will in particular. So that's interesting. We should keep our eyes on Zimbabwe. That's another country like Venezuela where a lot of things are going on. So if you've been watching CATV Live over the past week or two, I've been talking about the Wirecard scandal. And they were missing $2 billion worth of cash. And their CEO was arrested. And the whole company's in a shambles. And that affects Crypto.com with their debit cards. They're scrambling for a new provider right now, because everything's been shut down. Like the FCA in Britain shut everything down. They're under bankruptcy. Everything's going wrong with them. So anybody who's associated with Wirecard is definitely scrambling to try to, get somewhere else. So this is just a little blurb on it. I'm not going to go over it too much. It says what the collapse of Wirecard means for crypto. Wirecard was the darling of German finance, showing that Germany could do a cool cutting-edge fintech every bit as well as those annoying Anglo-Saxons. Yeah, those annoying Anglo-Saxons. The company made startling amounts of money for a payment processor. It's a good business, but not that good. So Dan McCrum of the Financial Times looked into this and found, in all manner of strangeness, non-existent offices, untraceable clients, untraceable third-party trustees, and he was sent leaked internal documents on how Wirecard staff could do fraud. And I really encourage you to check out this article because it's really interesting to see this investigation that's been done. This is one of 2 investigations that we're covering today, actually. Wirecard fought back and even got BaFin, the German regulator, to start a criminal investigation into McCrum, claiming he was working with the short sellers. The company even sent private investigators after McCrum. So last Thursday, the 18th of June, Wirecard turned out to have a $1.9 billion euro hole in its accounts. Their auditors, Ernst & Young, refused to sign off on the 2019 financial statements, claiming spurious balance confirmations. The CEO, Markus Braun, was arrested on Tuesday as he's tried to skip Germany. The COO, Jan Marsalek, successfully skipped Germany on Monday. The lack of audited accounts, this is shocking that an accounting firm that such as Ernst & Young that's well known and respected in their industry wouldn't be checking on this what's going on here, because it seems pretty blatant scams and fraud that was going on. So of course Wirecard were into crypto, just a little, you understand, and it goes on to say what Wirecard's relationship with crypto is and how it affects cryptocurrency. So check it out. It's in the YouTube description. So this is an article by Joel Valenzuela. We're actually going to feature Joel a couple of times in this video. We're going to see him again in the Dash section. But this one here is saying why your favorite cryptocurrency features won't matter soon. So the gist of this article is he's saying that your favorite cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Monero, whatever, they all aim to do one thing well, and they're not really good at they're not really good at other things. So it's having an all-round user experience is the best, and that's why I favor Dash, because Dash is one that wants to do everything well, and it's also developing killer use cases. So that's basically the point of this article. So it goes on to say, the way cryptocurrency markets price things, each coin is famous for the one thing it does best. Many of them have been pigeonholed in this way, doubling down on their key offering, hoping that will save their usefulness and provide their investors with increasing valuations long term. Here's the snag though, it doesn't matter. A single special feature won't be enough to keep any one project afloat. Your favorite coin has to do better. So most cryptocurrencies are evolving to include the same key features. After the first round of copycat coins came around, Bitcoin's many children began to adopt differentiating features. Leading up to the great altcoin boom of 2017, good times, many of these were one-trick ponies. Bitcoin knockoffs that did one thing differently, whether that was advanced privacy, faster transactions, tokenized assets, and so on. Now, however, these are starting to become more common across the spectrum of different projects. Many coins have advanced privacy functions. Ethereum, Bitcoin SV, and now soon Dash have some sort of human-readable usernames. The days of resting on your laurels are over. Yes, it's a highly competitive industry. So I'm going to skip the next little part and I'm going to go on to what will matter. So he says, what will matter? The best implementation of a key feature. And he says, now while this seems to contradict the whole point of this piece, it doesn't. Having a special feature won't get you ahead, but having the best implementation of the element that's highly demanded can. Give, for example, usernames. An ugly, difficult to set up to use, or feature-poor username setup, used by most projects, can fall to the one that gets everything just right enough to tip the scales and attract new users to the cryptocurrency industry. This likely won't be in a mundane area like scaling or security, but something like the aforementioned usability. And he says also, the marriage of that feature with a killer use case. So this is the thing that people are, like, all cryptos work fairly well. You know, there's no crypto out there that really stands out. They say, whoa, this is awesome. Like, other than Dash, Dash has a great user experience, but it still hasn't had that easy to use aspect like that other coins have. Like, Dash basically works the same as other coins. It works better, but we haven't been able to crack that nut of the advanced advanced user experience, sorry. So once we do that in Dash, and it's happening with the Dash platform that's currently under development, this could be the killer feature. So the article goes on to say, now, a feature standing above the rest won't be enough to guarantee success. It has to be paired with a great implementation of a much desired use case. For example, in the case of usernames, pair it with an extremely elegant payment app or wallet. For privacy, pair it with a highly demanded adult site or another mainstream service that nonetheless demands transactions not to be traceable. For speed of finalization and low transaction cost, pair it with a micro-remittance or charity social platform allowing users around the world to buy goods and services, for the needy in real time and on video, and so on. So that's cool. Like, I think Joel did a good job with this article. It's definitely something that we have to consider when it comes to cryptocurrencies advancing and becoming more involved in the mainstream. So this next article is on the topic of it's on the title of the show. It's called the Bitcoin Lightning Network has a functionality problem, and it could be hacked by hackers. And we always have to worry about the security of the Bitcoin Lightning Network. And to me, it makes no sense. They should just do on-chain scaling like Dash or Bitcoin Cash. And I'm not sure why they don't do it. I don't know why. Like, they have the potential and the capacity to do it, but they're trying to force people onto these third-party on-ramps that are just buggy as hell, and it makes no sense to me. So this article here is written by Robert Stevens of Decrypt. It says, Bitcoin could be stolen in Lightning Network attack, warn researchers. The Lightning Network is vulnerable to a flood and loot attack that could drain wallets of their Bitcoin. Oof, interesting. So it says, in brief, researchers have found a vulnerability in the Bitcoin Lightning Network that could enable an attacker to drain funds from wallets. The attack relies on flooding the network to extend the time frame in which Bitcoin can be stolen. The findings of the research have been shared with developers in the 3 main Lightning implementations. So when I read this, I didn't realize there were 3 main Lightning implementations. I thought it was just one. I thought it was just Blockstream that was working on it. So that's good. It's a little bit of decentralization there. I was happy to see that. So how does the Lightning Network attack work? The Bitcoin Lightning Network is a payment channel that sits atop the Bitcoin blockchain. It promises to make transactions quicker and cheaper by only partially confirming them. Fully confirming transactions can take a long time. In the Lightning Network, users can send payments through intermediary nodes. These intermediary nodes can try to steal the Bitcoin, but would only have a short amount of time in which to do so. But the hackers can extend this time frame by flooding the network. So in the attack detailed by Harris, a master's student, and Zohar, an associate professor, the attacker forces many victims at once to flood the blockchain with claims for their funds. He is then able to leverage the congestion that they create to steal any funds that were not claimed before the deadline. And we're going to say, can the attack be prevented? I certainly hope so. The researcher found that an attacker has to attack 85 channels simultaneously to make some money. They also show that it's fairly easy for them to find unsuspecting victims. All vulnerable nodes must do is show a willingness to open a channel with an attacker. And we discover that a vast majority of active nodes are willing to open a channel upon request and are therefore susceptible to becoming victims in our attack. So how to solve it? Close the channels earlier, reduce the bottlenecks, make it more difficult for hackers to spam the networks, and work a way to spot hackers before the attack. But it's a huge ask, that's for sure. So when it comes to this scaling issue, I think it's better to try to do it on chain and use how YouTube scales. They just have mountains and mountains of data centers, and they actually scale. They don't try to do this harebrained stuff where you're using a side chain and then you go back to the main chain. It doesn't work properly, or if it's going to work, it's going to take forever. And other competitors such as Dash are going to have on-chain scaling that are going to work out fine. Why do we do that? Because there's a fundamental difference between Bitcoin and Dash in this way. In Bitcoin, the full nodes are not compensated. It's run on altruism. If you want to run a Bitcoin node, you run a Bitcoin node. But in Dash, we receive a payment straight from the blockchain. So that enables people that run Dash full nodes to have the cream of the cream in the data centers of the VPSs and the dedicated VPSs to have something that's heavy duty, so we can accept that traffic. And we have lots of storage in our capacity for an ever-increasing blockchain because we're getting paid for it. Master nodes get paid to run these nodes. And this is why Dash has an excellent network. We have miners, we have an excellent mining network, but we also have an excellent full node network. And these master nodes do other things for the Dash network, but they also do this. So when I look at Bitcoin and I see the problems that they're having, and I see the solution is so easy. Dash has been doing it for years. And all we need to do is get people like you out there to sing the praises of Dash, and get them to see how good it is and how the system is working. And it's like almost like if you build it, they will come. But in this situation, we've built it. They're not coming because we don't have the word out there. And cryptocurrency is a very tribalistic industry. If you're invested in Bitcoin, it's going to be hard to get you to invest in something else. But eventually Dash is going to make so much noise that it's going to be impossible to ignore. There's no way it can't. It just has that momentum going on its side. So when I see articles like this about Bitcoin and how they're having such a hard time with the Lightning Network, and then I turn to Dash and I see, hey, it just works and it scales, you know, they're just a mess, you know, and it makes me happy that I'm invested in Dash. All right, I don't want to be in for bonuses. No thanks. I don't want this either. All right, so this is also another off the headline. This is a big scammer in the Discords. His name was Kratos, among other things. And this is a guy who was posing as a good guy. He was posing as a scam hunter. He's saying, okay, this person's scamming, but it's not because of the way you think. He's not trying to help people. He's actually trying to corner the market on scamming, which is kind of funny because, like, you know, like this guy's like, he tries to pose as a good guy and helping everybody else out. But basically he's like a mob guy, you know, like he's saying, okay, well, I'm going to get this guy for you, but then I'm going to get you on the other side, you know, like, cause it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. So I found this article extremely interesting, and we're going to go over it today. And it was by Energy. This guy was named Peter by Energy, and he found out who this guy was, and it took him a while. He was a very meticulous investigator. And like I said, this is the second investigation that we're covering today on CATV Live. So Energy Defense, EBI, is proud to announce that we have discovered the real-world identity of one of the most sophisticated scammers in the cryptocurrency space. And his name is Simon S. Tadros, if you know who he is. That's his picture there. After 2 years of investigation, our cybersecurity experts have exposed this malicious actor that scammed over $1 million from multiple cryptocurrency projects, enabling the recovery of $500,000 of stolen funds. Whew. This is a cybercrime story about how Energy is bringing professionalism into the crypto sphere, which is great, where reality seems to surpass fiction. And this is a quote by Peter. We now have sufficient evidence linking his crimes over a dozen fraud cases and 2 Dash masternodes worth over $1 million in total. And that's just what we can prove beyond a reasonable doubt. We suspect him of much more. We have not begun to access all the other crypto projects he may have been preying on as well. So this is a day in the life of a crypto con artist. I find this stuff fascinating. If you've been into crypto long enough, you know that scams and money heists are a daily occurrence of the space. Unlike traditional banks where you deposit your money in an exchange for certain protections and guarantees, the very nature of cryptocurrency places the responsibility in the hands of the user, because you are your own bank. Because it's an unregulated global market, it attracts scammers and hackers of all kinds, and they're constantly getting better. This is true. Many of them are just basic hustlers that send thousands of emails pretending to be someone else and asking for cash. On a lucky day, they'll trick a minuscule percentage of their targets. They don't pose a major cybersecurity threat, as most people know they shouldn't send their money to strangers on the internet. But there's a different type of scammer. Someone that doesn't rush it. Someone that takes their time to earn your trust. And then one day you wake up to discover that your wallets have been emptied and you've lost your entire life savings. These are the kind of crooks we've dealt with for the past 2 years. A crypto con artist that employs hundreds of accounts to hide in plain sight. Some of them may even believe that they're simply smarter than everyone else and what they're doing is not wrong or illegal. It was terrible to see Bashful, that's another one of his aliases, stealing people's life savings. We saw many cases where he caused considerable damage to his victims, both financially and mentally. Furthermore, he never showed any remorse for his crimes and even bragged about his so-called lessons and accomplishments. So he goes on to say what it took to defeat this guy. Fighting this type of cybercrime requires lots of resources, and that's why Energy Defense is a team formed by cybersecurity experts, including veterans from intelligence agencies. So he didn't know what he was running into here. Our original approach to fighting thefts was identifying specific accounts, suspicious accounts on our Discord server and banning them. This worked well, and we disabled plenty of low sophisticated scammers, but there was a new guy in town, more dedicated and convoluted. Some Energy users raised concerns about his activities, and our security department decided to take him down. Yeah. Dale. My wife is Spanish, so I say, dale verga, dale verga. A breakthrough came when we changed our whole approach to this case. In the second half of 2019, we stopped trying to exclude scammers and instead kept them busy with fake victims called sock puppets or honeypots. Our objective wasn't to close down the scam, but to prolong the hunt for as long as possible while gathering valuable intelligence. This proved to be a very effective approach. To our surprise, it became clear that over 90% of all scams involving the loss of assets on Discord led to the same single threat, Kratos. And he was on the Dash Discords as well. Kratos worked on each victim for an average of 2 to 3 weeks, taking time to earn their trust by giving them real technical support with his many fake accounts. He impersonated developers and moderators from many projects, and after a few days of becoming friends, the users trusted him completely. Whenever they faced a technical issue, they went to Kratos directly, keeping all of his activity hidden from the energy support team. Once he had their trust, he had a few days to get his victims money, like offering over-the-counter deals to sell their coins, or asking them for the login credentials to their wallets. So like I said off the top, he was camouflaged as a vigilante, like he was saying he was on the side of good, when basically he was just trying to take out his competition. So we did not know who was behind this account, but we knew that this was no ordinary low-life scammer. Rather, it was a highly educated individual with a technical background in hacking and customer service, who spoke fluent English. Energy Defense started mapping out all the Discord accounts involved in the stolen funds. As we mapped each account, they were all related to the one and only Kratos. Kratos was very active in the anti-scam community. He was pretending to be one of the good guys, and even went as far to run his own anti-scam Discord server. A server that included numerous admins and moderators from a whole range of crypto projects. We quickly realized that the purpose of this server wasn't to prevent scams at all. It was to gain trust among different projects while eliminating his competition and deflecting any suspicions led his way. It was an ingenious setup. He was able to hunt for potential targets by searching some 100 crypto platforms. He kept an almost exclusive monopoly on victims across Discord, while being in a unique position to detect whenever a rival scammer came onto his turf. Well, this is fascinating. Kratos also posed as an active vigilante within the energy community. He gave us vast amount of data bumps on past victims and possible leads that we took as valid evidence and invested time and effort to investigate them. It was a frustrating and challenging time. It said that the best lies have an element of truth. What made Kratos so difficult to detect was that he often had to help to identify real scams. However, his leads usually pointed to small-time scammers, and many more led to dead ends. Presumably, he enjoyed this game of playing both sides, a game that was about to end. Now that we had positively identified Kratos as the linchpin of this operation, our next goal was to discover his real-life identity. Our initial reconnaissance showed he was in Lebanon, but we needed to dig deeper, designing and laying traps to extract more specific information. So social engineering, this was a taste of his own medicine. This is how we took him down. This is how they took him down. Once we discovered this malicious behavior, our gut reaction was to act immediately. This fraudster was not only stealing people's life savings, but also destroying the trust in cryptocurrency as the next evolution of money. So this is important. However, we needed to dig deeper and find out who this person was, so we carried on gathering information and evidence. Our discoveries had to be a closely guarded secret for some time. And Peter says, it's ironic, poetic justice, that his own weapon of choice, social engineering, was turned against him, that's awesome, which ultimately led to his own downfall. So we made steady progress in tracking him by laying multiple traps, exploring all angles, and chasing down every lead. Piece by piece, we were able to collect conclusive data confirming his Lebanese nationality. For instance, we found that his computer language settings were set on Arabic Lebanon. Most people don't realize that you can still tell a lot about a person when they're using a VPN. Finally, in February this year, after numerous and prolonged attempts at social engineering, we were able to crack the case wide open, which led to the discovery of his real identity. Kratos took the bait when he introduced us to some of his friends from France regarding a potential security consulting job. By this time, we were able to track him and knew almost instantly that his friends were just different accounts that he was running. It's a strange feeling to engage in a conversation with several people, knowing that every single person in that conversation except you is fake. And in fact, you're speaking to the same person the whole time. We had to play along and pretend that we were clueless, which meant continuing to talk to each party as if they were different people. Our discussion topic was a potential partnership where EBI would handle security for a gaming and trading project called Go Liquid. A rudimentary Whois investigation led us back to the company, which, no surprise, was based in Lebanon. The company was called Nefro Sarl, and lo and behold, the founder of that company was one Simon S. Tadros. Did we finally have our guy? The plot thickens. Exposing Simon S. Tadros. When we started to investigate this Simon S. Tadros, we knew almost instantly that we had likely found the culprit. His background, education, and timeline were a perfect fit. Almost exactly a year ago, our suspect had a particularly productive month. He was able to steal a total of $103,000 from 4 victims. This series of big hits culminated in the one final incident on the 25th of June 2019, so just recently. On this date, our scammer transferred almost 5 BTC to his wallet, in addition to what was stolen from other projects. That same day, his real identity advertised coins on sale from his social media account. Wow, that was interesting. That was a dead giveaway. We made sure to record every single piece of information we found about him. Messages, videos, printouts, you name it. The data we collected was excessive and vast. We then took on this data to law enforcement and received confirmation on its validity. We could have stopped there and let the police take over, but we feared that their investigation could last months or even years. We wanted to expose Simon as Tadros for sooner than that, because he was not only damaging energy, but the whole crypto space. Now with our goal set, we came up with a simple but effective plan to nail him once and for all. So I'm reading this whole article just because I find it interesting. I'm sorry, I'll get to the rest of the news after, but I have a chance later to rest my voice because there's some videos coming up. But I just find this stuff so fascinating, and I hope you guys do too. Got to get those scammers, you know, they're just a plague on the crypto space. We wanted to get one more piece of evidence that confirmed our findings, not using any of our previous leads. And who better to give us that than Simon himself? Our idea was for Tommy World Power to follow Simon's real-life Twitter account, The Ping, and then to contact one of his many known scam accounts to let him know we knew who he was. We name-dropped his first name and as proof suggested that he check his social media accounts. To add further pressure, we deliberately leaked skewed information about his discovery to Kratos, adding more heat to the situation. Now, with all the pieces in place, all we had to do was sit back and watch the fireworks. The fireworks that I'm missing in Buffalo from the 4th of July. Just thought I'd get that in there. We knew Simon would spin out of control, desperately trying to find out what went wrong, and in doing so, giving us the confirmation we were looking for. It didn't take too long. There was no way he could have known who or how we pinged him on the other side with only a name and some vague instructions about his social media profile. That was the inventive part of the whole operation. Under pressure and with little information to work with, his imagination took over. We knew Simon would eventually break and try to convince us that we had the wrong guy. Yet by doing so, he was actually giving us the final unrelated piece of information we needed. We had previously seeded the idea to Kratos that we had commissioned an outside forensics company. Simon imagined that they had traced the funds back to him, which he used to profess his innocence. He went on to claim that he knew the person we targeted and tried to pass Simon Tadros as an OTC broker who had done some work for him last year. His intentions was to convince us that we had the wrong guy. When it was apparent that his attempts at persuasion had failed, and once the stolen energy in his wallet was drained, he even tried to bribe members of the energy team. And the guy you see here on this screenshot is Strophy. He's a Dash community member, and he's also involved in other communities, as you can see. And he often gets impersonated on the Dash Discords, and we have to ban those scammers that try to impersonate community members. So apparently he had a role to play in this investigation as well. So if you're watching this, Strophy, good on you. Solving crimes requires professional processes. Bounty hunters and those new to cybersecurity often go looking for one incredible piece of evidence, the home run or clincher, that solves the case. In our experience, that's a myth. Solving crimes boils down to one thing: process. In the course of our 2-year investigation, there was never one single eureka moment. It was time-consuming, tedious work. We were continually collecting, filing, and chipping away at the rock, one piece at a time, until the whole wall came tumbling down. When that happened, the scale of Simon's crimes was revealed. Peter, the director of EBI, answered questions about how much money was stolen and how long he'd been doing this. Based on our research, he seems to have been active since at least 2017. Each year he got exponentially better, so we can't know how much for sure. We do know that the server group he was in was used to target almost 100 projects. Furthermore, we know that he has caused much more damage than we could ever prove. If we're currently able to prove one crime out of every 100, you can do the math yourself. He added, "I enjoy my work at Energy very much. I can think of no other cryptocurrency project with the means, the willingness to carry out the scale of investigation needed to identify and expose this guy. It's all time-consuming work." So Peter, if you're watching this, if you see it later on, I commend you, and I really appreciate your work of getting these scammers. This is a guy I'm happy to have off the streets. Solving these crimes is never accomplished through a high-tech hacking the hacker operation. It's much simpler than that. We all make stupid mistakes, and hackers are no different. You only need 2 ingredients, time and grit. The evidence and errors will come in their own time if you're there to capture them, and that is how we cracked this case. Unfortunately, we were unable, to recover the funds of his first victims through last year. At the time, the energy project was still relatively new, and our processes and procedures were not what they are today, where we have been able to prevent all his cases in Generation 3. User protections like ours are badly needed in the space. Scammers like Simon are an unfortunate reality of the crypto space, and they are only going to get better and multiply in number. So if you're watching this, pay attention. Always make sure you know who you're talking to, and never ever give money to anybody online. Never do anything like that. There's a lot of people using sophisticated techniques out there. We've been able to assess that he stole over $1 million, but the real figure could be 10 times higher. Looking at the likely damage that this one bad actor caused, it's no surprise that many projects and low-cap coins have such difficulties early on. A large-scale attack could prove an existential threat to some projects like this, and we believe that individuals like Simon have contributed to the failure of many more. Wow, that's interesting. So I guess we'll finish it. Because scammers are always innovating their tactics and using the latest technology available for their malicious activities, companies can't rely on governments or traditional task forces to protect them. A police department will take 12 to 30 months to investigate this sort of highly complex scamming. Not to mention the added difficulty of dealing with someone in a different jurisdiction. The only feasible way of stopping these sophisticated scammers is by having your own defense team. Cryptocurrency projects that don't implement this cybersecurity measure are doomed, and their users' holdings are in constant danger. For the whole industry to thrive, we must continue to innovate when it comes to security. By doing so, we can make projects less appealing to scammers and safer for users. Every innovation is a step towards greater mass adoption, and which is why having a cybersecurity team like Energy Defense removing bad actors is not only beneficial for our project, but for the entire crypto space. And if you want to watch this is on PublishDocs. This is something I wanted to mention too. He originally published this on Medium, but Medium took it down. This is a centralized service on Medium, and it's now on PublishDocs, which is a community that I support. I have my Cash Alternative TV lineup is there as well. And it's very good for an alternative to Medium, and you can post anything there, and this hasn't been taken down. So you can find the link in the YouTube description page, and if you look at this, you can see all the things that they went through, and you can see more information about this. So once again, I apologize for reading the whole article, but I honestly found this really interesting. The way the story was written was well done, and having a happy ending and catching the scammer makes me happy. However, you know, this is only one scammer out there. He was a big one, but there's more out there, and we have to always be careful. And congratulations to the Energy team. Really appreciate that. So this is another cryptocurrency. It's a FIO, and this is the FIO protocol. I'm not exactly sure if it's a cryptocurrency, but it's a protocol where you can go to have a fiat or FIO address, and if the store accepts the FIO protocol, you can actually request or send money through your FIO account, but you can use different cryptocurrencies. So it's like a link between cryptocurrencies. Like say you go to one store and you have $5 in Bitcoin and $5 in Dash, and you go to one store, you can spend $5 in Bitcoin through FIO if that's accepted at that store, and you go to another store and you can spend $5 in Dash. And this is supposed to be an easier way of doing things. So this here is a guy from FIO. I'm going to be interviewing him later. I forgot his name. I apologize. But I sent him an interview request and he accepted. But we're just working out the details right now because I'm interested in this FIO thing too. So right now we're going to watch this video and he's going to do a quick demonstration about what FIO is.
Hello, this is Luke Stokes with the Foundation for Interwallet Operability. I've been in the crypto space for 7.5 years now, and I'm still passionate about using cryptocurrency as a currency, using it to actually buy and sell things. And I think that's what the future is. We need to get away from centralized money that is backed by threats of violence. And this is why I've been in this space, this is why I've been passionate about it, and this is why I'm excited about FIO. So I saw something this week that I just got super excited about. They just actually today, Pavo on our team, our chief product officer, just had an idea saying, hey, let's hack together a quick little store and show how you can pay for stuff using a FIO request. So he shared that with the team, and I just thought it was so cool. I want to do a quick little video about it, and that's what I want to show you here. So we got this quick little shop together. I've already added an item to my cart. I think this is using a WordPress plugin to make this happen, and it's been just slightly modified, slightly customized. I'm gonna fix this real quick. And you can come in here and he's got this modified so you can pay with fiat request with these different currencies. So we're gonna pay with USDC. I'm gonna put in Luke at Edge and we're gonna place this order. And then there we go, order received, check your wallet for a fiat request. Right here we go in and click on fiat requests. Boom, there it is, fiat shop order 136. Click on that, it's got all the information. Slide it right over, transaction success. Shows all the details, got my memo in there. Click save, done. That's it. I think this is super cool. I think this is the way cryptocurrency should be used. And I think we need massive improvements in usability for this to ever reach mass adoption. So I think this is how it's going to happen. I think fiat or something like it has to exist for this to happen. And I hope you agree with me. If you do, please come help us with the project. If you know people in the cryptocurrency space, wallets, exchanges, payment gateways, let them know about fiat. Ask them when they're going to integrate fiat into their product or service, because this is what we need for adoption. And I'm super excited about it.
All right, so that was a gentleman from fiat. I think there's probably lots of potential with this, because I see it being used. I see it being used all the time. So I actually wanted to dive in and see more of what's going on with fiat. So if you want to have more information about fiat, this is their website, fiatprotocol.io. And I find anything that, with all the tribalism that's in the crypto space, this is very good to have something like this. You know, something that brings things together. And say, you know what, we're a crypto that wants to bring all the other ones together and make it easier to use, because isn't that what we said off the get? You know, we said that the Joel Valenzuela was saying that killer use case, it very well could be fiat, you know, bringing in everybody together and making it easy for people to use them. Like keeping track of a lot of different blockchains is very tedious and cumbersome. But if you have a fiat, which you can access all kinds of different cryptocurrencies with it, it's good. So that link is also going to be in my YouTube description page. It looks like we have to wait for this one. So this is a Bitcoin exchange guide. No thanks. So this is our kind of like our segue between the crypto news and the Dash news. But after this, I'm going to be taking the time to check the comments to see if anybody has anything they want to say, any comments about that scammer story or anything like that. So if you want to put them in the chat, let me know. So this is a Bitcoin exchange guide. It was by the Bitcoin exchange guide team. And it says, is Bitcoin the cryptocurrency of the poor, myth, or reality? I'm going to get rid of these ads. One thing I don't like about going through crypto stuff is so many ads and lots of people trying to get you to buy stuff. So the article goes to say, while Bitcoin is the founding cryptocurrency, much respect to Bitcoin, the one that happened the decentralized financial path we know today, therefore the one that led to empowerment to the common citizen of the world, this does not mean that it is an ideal cryptocurrency for the poor. And it is that cryptocurrency works more as a long-term valuation asset, very similar to gold, since it also has limited production, but with the value of decentralization as an aggregate. Therefore, it's not surprising that almost no one wants to spend their Bitcoin fractions on the purchase of a coffee, the payment of public transport fare. Quite the contrary, the people want to obtain profits in the medium or long term. So this is probably not by a person who speaks English as a first language, but basically they're saying that Bitcoin is more suited as an investment rather than a use case. And I'm going to skip to the Dash part because we're going to go into the Dash news after this. So Dash, it's the first cryptocurrency based on the Bitcoin code, whose central idea is focused on privacy in your transactions. It also has a secondary P2P network powered by the masternodes, dedicated to provide its special services for the network, which in turn endow it with special characteristics. The optional privacy and anonymity that is represented by the private send service, instant transactions, goodness represented by the instant send service, I agree, it is goodness represented, has a blockchain self-sustainable decentralized governance system, and this seeks to solve two cryptocurrency problems, governance and funding. This feature of Dash has turned out to be a genius for decentralization and promoting technical and cultural infrastructures of this currency worldwide. Thanks to these features, Dash is a cryptocurrency that offers great solutions to the least wealthy people in the world. Proof that the transaction fees are quite low. They can cost less than a penny of USD for a speed of instant transactions. That is, benefits far superior than those of the main cryptocurrencies in the market such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those particular benefits of Dash make it an ideal blockchain and cryptocurrency platform for micropayments, almost unfeasible stocks for Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's why Dash has become a complete financial solution in developing countries, mainly Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina, and Nigeria. So that's true. We have a very strong presence in the poorer countries, and that's because Dash costs very little to use. It functions very well, and it can be used as a medium of exchange and instant settlement and instant exchange. Rather, with Bitcoin, you have to wait longer. So where Bitcoin is more of an investment, Dash is more of a day-to-day digital cash. That's why we like it here at Cash Alternative TV. So I'm going to take a little break. We're going to go to see if there's anybody in the chats. Looks like there's some there. So Doug209, he's a big-time subscriber to this channel and a big-time CATV live watcher. Happy that you're out there, Doug209. And The Boiling Crypto says, what's up, guys? I've been stacking Dash since March. No regrets. Welcome to the hood. I'm glad to see you. That's good. Thomas Z says, hi. Hi, Thomas Z. What's up? And it says BTC was selling, Doug209 says BTC was selling at 100% premium. And Peter Galansky says, actually, crypto's common with blockchain, create new models of economy throughout the world. Yeah, and I think you're right, Peter. I definitely, there's blockchain technology is the future, and it's the way to go. We have lots of scams, lots of problems as a growing industry, but I think this is the way of the future. So I'm always appreciating your comments, guys, anything you have in the chats. I know this takes a while to start up, this kind of live thing, that people want to tune in every weekend, but this is what I'm aiming to accomplish. I want to start a community here, guys. I want you to tune in and get the news, and then you can see what's going on. And I can interact with you guys if you have any questions about anything that's going on. Let me just give me a second to set up here. I'm going to go back into so many tabs open. It's harder for me to get this done. Appreciate everything that you guys bring to the table here. I appreciate you guys paying attention, because if it wasn't for people watching, then there would be no channel. So I'm going to pause a bit for station identification. You're watching CATV Live right here on Cash Alternative TV. It's a show about cryptocurrency with a focus on Dash, which aims to be a digital cash for the world, an alternative to cash. If that's something that you're interested in, don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube or friend and follow me on the other platforms that I'm broadcasting from. I'm broadcasting from YouTube, I'm broadcasting from Facebook Live, Twitch, DLive, and Twitter. So don't forget to friend and follow me on any of those platforms. If you're wondering what platforms I'm broadcasting on, you can find them in two places. One is dashnation.com/CATV, and the other one is on the R Cash Alternative TV subreddit. That offers you a chance to provide your comments as well. So I appreciate all your involvement and everything, and this Cash Alternative TV would be nothing without the people that are watching. So I'm going into this is the part of the show where we're going over the Dash news, our favorite cryptocurrency here at Cash Alternative TV. It aims to be a digital cash for the world, and it's an alternative to cash. That's why I named my show Cash Alternative TV. This part of the show is brought to you by our Instagram page. You can follow us on Instagram at CashAltTV, and I'll be happy to meet you guys and happy to talk to you on Instagram if that's your platform of choice. So we're going to get into the Dash news without further ado. This is on the Daily Hodl, and this is by Christopher Owen. It says, have decentralized payment systems finally managed to compete with Visa and MasterCard? One quick second, I just want to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. And yes, you are. Okay, perfect. So this goes into, this is the latest article that came out, and we're going to read this one. It says, it's no secret that anyone even vaguely familiar with the IT sector and the ever-evolving blockchain industry, that the latter rose to prominence and capitalization on a slew of promises. Various blockchain projects at every degree strove to offer their own applications for the technology in every industry imaginable. From logics to tracking the movements of pets on walks to medical services and voting, every aspect of human civilization was being blockchainized for the greater good of mankind. And it goes to say how it started. The fight for the title of financial heavyweight was announced back in 2017, when during a speech at TechCrunch Disrupt, an Ethereum co-founder said that in 2 years, nothing would be able to stop blockchain technologies from breaking straight into the financial business and routing out payment systems such as Visa and MasterCard. He had also noticed during the speech that despite the hype surrounding blockchain, most modern applications using the technology had not yet been developed well enough to be applied on a massive scale. However, he was hopeful that in a couple of years, or even earlier, blockchain technologies such as the vaunted Ethereum would become developed enough to be able to compete on even grounds and even oust traditional solutions worldwide. Existing blockchain networks, Bitcoin and Ether, play an important role in the ecosystem, but they are unable to replace Visa and MasterCard. In their current configuration, they are limited to a maximum of 7 transactions per second for Bitcoin and 15 transactions per second for Ether, which is fraught with low processing speed and high transaction costs. By combining minimum transaction times with maximum security, TON can become an alternative to Visa and MasterCard for the new decentralized economy. So, despite thunderous claims and great promises, neither Ethereum nor TON nor any other blockchain project was able to advance in their competition with established global payment systems. Now we're going to skip a little bit. It goes over the failures that cryptocurrency has had. And it says Dash is leading the race to dethroning Visa and MasterCard. You don't believe me? Let's continue reading. Despite the fact that most of the boastful claims about the payment systems based on the blockchain have remained not but words in the wind, there are solutions in the cryptocurrency's domain like Dash, which has made significant progress over the past few years in deploying their own payment systems and the necessary auxiliary tools. Dash offers distinct advantages over traditional legacy payment solutions for businesses that are selling goods and services, as it enables merchants to increase revenue and efficiency of Dash transactions have near zero fees, instant settlement, and no chargebacks. This new alternative to traditional payments found an increased demand among users and retailers around the world. During the first quarter of 2020, more than 100,000 users installed the mobile wallets on their phones. The values are 214% more than last year, and 21% more than the previous quarter. On average, 81,000 people use Dash for different purposes every day, which is 10% more than last year, so it's a highly growing currency. This is a quote by Ryan Taylor, CEO of the Dash Core Group, which is the Dash network's largest contractor. It says, "Our goal has always been to make Dash the most user-friendly blockchain, based payment system in the world. In addition to bolstering our network security via chain locks, making our network the first proof-of-work blockchain to essentially eliminate the threat of a 51% attack, the official introduction of long-living masternode quorums opens a whole new world of potential use cases for Dash beyond payments." So in 2020, Dash continued to explore new regions, adopting the technology on a national scale in developing countries of Latin America, South Africa, and Asia. To date, the platform has customer and merchant support services working in several languages. The official Dash support services work in 5 languages, and the company has numerous representative offices created by the project community in different countries. The Dash network, meanwhile, has an almost instantaneous transaction confirmation time, which makes it a convenient means of payment in comparison with BTC, ETH, and other cryptocurrencies, all of which have transaction confirmation timeframes. So this is a nice little table of how Dash compares to other coins like Bitcoin and PayPal, credit cards, and wire transfer. And that was the Dash one, and they also mentioned Stellar and Bitcoin Cash. So like I said, this is a show about cryptocurrency. I'm not just in the Dash, but since this is the Dash news recap, I'm just going to cover the Dash news. So thankfully, there's another video coming up so I can rest my voice again. I'm going to stop it before it continues here. All right, so let's see. What's this one here? This is a Dash Mall and Parking, and this is somebody paying with Dash in the Pie de Monte shopping center in Venezuela. So like I was saying in a couple of previous articles, our efforts in these countries are definitely paying fruit because of Dash's unique setup and how it can offer a tangible benefit for people of these countries. And Venezuela is another country that has a weak financial fiat system, and this is definitely a place where cryptocurrencies can thrive. So we're just going to watch this quick little video of somebody paying through the Dash Mall and Parking. And Dash Mall and Parking is another contractor in the Dash DAO. They get paid straight from the blockchain, and they're voted on by the Decentralized Masternode organization. And they're actually using those funds to promote Dash in Venezuela and get people using it. So this is somebody paying with Dash at the Pie de Monte. Just as easy as that. It's like you handed her a $10 bill or something. You know, like that's the way Dash transactions are. They're instantaneous, but they're secure and they're optionally private. So that's why, you know, you can read articles and everything, but you see how instant Dash is, and that's not a zero confirmation transaction that you're seeing. It's a chain locked transaction. It's impossible to double spend. Well, not impossible, but 99.9% impossible to double spend. And you're not relying on a zero conf transaction that can be double spent at any time. You're not relying on a chains that can be reorganized through a 51% attack. This is a confirmed, not a confirmed, but a chain locked confirmed transaction. It just takes about another 2 minutes for it to actually fully be confirmed on the blockchain. So this was the big news last week. I did an article and I did a video on this, so I'm not going to go through it too much. But it says the next crypto on LocalCryptos will be Dash. And I explained why before. We were in a tight race with LocalCryptos. We were in a tight race with Litecoin to be featured on LocalCryptos. And LocalCryptos actually, Litecoin actually won out. So this was Dash's turn to shine. So it says the next crypto joining LocalCryptos is Dash. LocalCryptos will offer Dash users a way to convert between fiat using any payment method in the country while never losing control of their keys. We'll announce a date closer to launch, which will be later in the year. So when will peer-to-peer Dash trading launch? When LocalCryptos adds a new crypto to its inventory, we need to design and develop a new decentralized escrow script to fit the protocol, which takes time. And they're going to go into it a little bit more in this next article. It says what goes into adding a new crypto in LocalCryptos. And this just gives you a little insight on what they do here. I didn't cover this in the video, so I'm going to go over this a little bit. We believe that the prime advantage of cryptocurrency over fiat is the elimination of middlemen, and that's true. Instead of relying on a central institution to keep record of your balance, blockchains use a distributed ledger of transactions verified by a gigantic network of computers. This decentralized network makes it impossible for anybody to access your digital wallet without control of your private key, no matter what. As long as your wallet's private key is kept private, your crypto is truly yours. So that's, and they go on to say how they do it. What's involved in adding a new crypto to LocalCryptos? For a centralized exchange, adding a new crypto is simple. Virtually all they need is to spin up a node and flick a few switches. Because LocalCrypto is a non-custodial platform, the process is more complicated. We need to first spend time studying the protocol and mastering its scripting language. We'll begin by reading all the papers and technical documentation and reaching out to the developer community. Next, we look at existing on-chain escrow solutions and ideas, if they exist, and learn their flaws. Then we spin up our node infrastructure and sync to the network. This is the easy and boring part. Next up, we design and develop a non-custodial escrow mechanism suitable for peer-to-peer trading. With Ethereum, we built a purpose-built smart contract coded in Solidity. On Bitcoin and Litecoin, we took advantage of the stack-based script language to create a P2SH escrow contract using an on-chain commit and reveal scheme. With Dash on the way, our escrow solution is likely going to make use of Dash's unique instant send and chain lock features to make peer-to-peer trading nearly instantaneous. Yeah, see, now that's where you get into it. Trading should be instantaneous, but you can't do it with other cryptos. More technical details will be announced with the launch, as our escrow scripts are open source. That's great. Once the escrow mechanism is ready, it's put into action. So I can't wait to see what Dash trading is going to look like on LocalCryptos, and if you use LocalCryptos, you should be excited. And this is the other one that I went over. It's CryptoRefills announcing the 30% more rewards bonus if users redeem loyalty points with Dash. CryptoRefills, and then this is another integration by Dash Next. They're doing a great job. Sasha and what's his name? You just followed me today. I can't remember his name. But I interviewed them a couple of weeks ago, like maybe a couple of months ago now. And they're very meticulous. They're very good at networking. And that's why we see all kinds of integrations from them. Oh, Felix, that's his name, Felix. CryptoRefills and Dash Next announced as part of their ongoing partnership a special loyalty points rewards bonus for current and new Dash holders. Last month, CryptoRefill announced its new brand loyalty program through which users paying with cryptocurrency for mobile top-ups and gift cards earn points for each purchase. Once CryptoRefill users earn enough points, they can redeem crypto as a reward for their loyalty. Thanks to the special partnership between Dash Next and CryptoRefills, as of today, users redeeming their rewards in Dash instead of other cryptocurrencies will get 30% more value for their points. So that's the deal with CryptoRefills. If you use CryptoRefills, it's a great time to have Dash. So Austrian people, when they use Salamantex's network, are going to be able to pay with Bitcoin and Dash and other coins that are supported by this, what is it called, A1. So owners of Bitcoins, Dash and Co. can be excited. From this summer on, they can spend their coins at more than 2,500 points of acceptance using A1 payment, provided the merchant has activated the feature. And this is done by through a partnership through Salamantex and through A1 payments. And it's cool that they give Dash top billing along with Bitcoin, because Dash right now is a much smaller cryptocurrency, but they give Dash the credit and the respect that it deserves for creating such a nice ecosystem that they can build on. So this exposes Dash to a lot more people that's in Austria, a first world country, that are going to go to the A1 payments, and this is a good place for them to learn about Dash and see how the Dash system works. So Joel Valenzuela is going to take over a little bit on this Dash segment. I would consider Joel Valenzuela a hardworking Dash community member. And he's also interesting in the fact that he's unbanked, and he also uses cryptocurrency as part of his day-to-day life. This is something that's the goal, is we want everybody to do this. But right now in first world countries, the banking system works fairly well. And it's hard for cryptocurrency to get a crack in it. But because he's unbanked, and he actually proves that he's able to use it all the time. He doesn't have any fiat currency. He only uses Dash. So this is at PorkFest. We're going to watch a little video of him being interviewed by World Alternative Media. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm just going to watch a little clip, not the whole thing.
Vegas, I would see hundreds of them. Every gas station pretty much has a Bitcoin ATM now. People get actually quite surprised that it's easy to come upon. But with that said, now there's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there. 97% are probably terrible, but a few, 3%, maybe even less than that, are really revolutionary in many ways, or evolutionary, I should say. From your perspective, having done this for quite some time, what do you find to be the most convenient cryptocurrency to use in doing what you're doing?
So far and away, hands down, Dash. And back in 2016, when I was living off of Bitcoin, I started to run into problems. There were long transaction times, have to wait an hour in the shopping mall before something would go through and I could get something. I've skipped lunch before. My phone died waiting for confirmation. I just couldn't use it. Some sad times, and the only thing else that was around that worked was Dash at the time. Since then, there have been a few others, like a few Bitcoin copies that have come out and things like that. Around here specifically, it's pretty heavily Dash country. Now, if you go to some places like, say, Japan or Australia, you might be more in Bitcoin Cash country, which also works pretty well. I don't think it works nearly as seamlessly as Dash, but it's right now, those are probably the only two ones that are serious about being used. There's been a lot of noise about like Lightning Network and stuff, but I haven't really seen much traction there. There's noise about some other things, and there's a lot of good sound technology behind a lot of these things. It's just as far as what's actually being used, it's just pretty much those two at this moment.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of,
So that was Joel Valenzuela.
In Venezuela, Argentina,
That was Joel Valenzuela. If you guys want to catch more of that interview, it was a very well done interview. And it's also going to be in the description of the YouTube video. You can take a look at it. So that we played a clip of that one, but this one we're going to play the whole video. And this is also by Joel Valenzuela. And he's doing a series on how to live on crypto. And this one here is shopping online. So let's take a look and see what Joel has to say about this one. Looks like we don't have any sound. Let me fix that for you. Can't have that. We gotta go back to the beginning. Can't have no sound on Cash Alternative TV. That's no good. All right. This is on Library, guys. It's not on YouTube. This one here is on Library. Joel Valenzuela is a definite supporter of Library. He's got a channel on there, as do I. So you can check out Library. If you go to the Reddit on Cash Alternative TV, or you go to dashnation.com/CATV, you'll find our platform link. And you can also check out Joel Valenzuela in there on the Digital Cash Network.
How to Live on Crypto, Part 3. Shop online. Hi, and welcome back to How to Live on Crypto. By now you should know how to get and use a wallet, as well as how to buy your first crypto. Now I'm going to show you how to spend it. You're probably going to do most of your spending online. This is because most of the payment solutions and point of sale systems aren't really as well developed for in-person merchants as they are online. Also, we already have physical cash to use in person. Now we have digital cash to use online. First, you're going to be using BitRefill a lot. BitRefill is a service that lets you buy digital gift cards for a wide variety of businesses worldwide, including some of the largest retailers. This means that you can spend crypto at a lot of places that don't yet accept it directly. You can buy gift codes, which are like store credit, and use that. The most important store on BitRefill is obviously Amazon. You can get just about anything in the world from Amazon, and just this alone makes it so much easier to live on crypto. Here's how to do it. Go to Amazon, add what you want to buy to your cart, and go to checkout. Then, open BitRefill in a new tab. Select Amazon, select the amount of credit to buy, or enter a custom amount, add to cart, check out, enter your email address, and select Dash as the payment option. Then copy and paste both the amount of Dash and the Dash address into your wallet. Hit send. Almost instantly, BitRefill should display your Amazon gift code. If not, check your email. Paste that code into your Amazon checkout window and then confirm your order. It's a similar process when using BitRefill to buy anything else online. Just check ahead of time how each business handles gift codes. You can use BitRefill without having an account, but if you create one, you can get reward points for shopping, which translate to discounts. The Dash website also has its own gift card section, some with significant discounts at giftcards.dash.org. This is mainly for US-based customers. CryptoRefills has some good discounts as well. Purse.io is another great site for buying things off of Amazon for crypto, sometimes with significant discounts. But it's a more complicated process, and you will need to get some Bitcoin Cash to use it. If you've got some extra time, use SwapSpace to switch cryptos, like I showed you in the last video, and watch the linked video on how to use Purse. Now let's look at how to buy things directly with crypto. This works the same as paying just about any other invoice we've seen before. Go to checkout, select the option to pay with crypto, copy and paste the address and the amount into your wallet, and hit send. Note that sometimes this payment option is labeled Bitcoin or altcoins. There are quite a few places to spend crypto directly. Crypto Emporium is a site that only accepts cryptocurrency and even prices things in cryptocurrency. It's where I got my phone that I'm using to record this video, and they sell all kinds of electronics, vehicles, even property. We Shop with Crypto and ShopNBit are other great general purpose online crypto stores, and Satoshi Goods is a great place to get more specifically crypto-related items. To find more online businesses that take crypto, try CryptWork, or just search for Spend Cryptocurrency or Spend Bitcoin and see what you can find. Remember when paying online to double check the address and the amount you're sending to, because once you send a payment, you won't be able to take it back, and we'll have to get in contact with the store to issue a refund. That's it for this time. Next time I'm going to show you how to travel using only crypto. See you then.
Oh, that's great. So Joel Valenzuela is definitely the right person to be talking about this, considering he's unbanked and he uses crypto all the time. But man, did you guys see how fast that Dash transaction was? He just sent that Dash transaction and BitRefill was like, boom, boom, done. He got his code and he could use it on Amazon right away. And this is the Dash experience for you guys. So thanks, Joel. Good job. We'll be looking forward to your next video. We'll show it here on CATV Live also. So Dash's investment foundation, this is a part of the Dash Decentralized Autonomous Organization, or DAO for short. This is another contractor, and this basically takes DAO funds and tries to find investment opportunities to grow the war chest for Dash to be able to promote itself and to grow the network. So right now they're having their Dash Investment Supervisor candidates. These are the three gentlemen that are up for election, and we're having an election right now. So if you're a Mastodon owner, go out there and vote. And we're going to show off our governance that we have here in Dash, which is very important to have in the cryptocurrency, because we need to be able to react quickly to things, and we need to be able to be nimble when it comes to making changes in the protocol. So governance is very important. So if you're just following the show this week, you won't realize it, but the last 2 weeks I've been covering Matt and Meek's series about what investors are missing in Dash. And now there's all three of them. It's a fully confirmed 3-part series, and we're going to be going over the last one that we didn't see, we haven't seen yet. But if you want to see the other two, it's going to be in this tweet is going to be down in the description below in the YouTube page. I'm also going to be probably doing a show on CATV about this later on, combining the three. So it says what investors are missing, and this is part 3, the chicken and egg problem. Welcome to my final article on the 3-part series about what investors are missing in Dash. You missed my first 2 posts, you can find them here. In this post, I'm going to explore the implications of Dash platform, and more specifically Dash user accounts DashPay, and how they will help solve the chicken and egg problem that plagues the crypto industry. Cryptocurrencies in general have really struggled to date with this problem, and there are a few reasons for it. Firstly, no cryptocurrency has delivered a consumer-facing product that grabs, retains, and encourages engagement from users. If you don't have this stream of retained, engaged users bubbling around in your ecosystem, then how can you convince an app or merchant to integrate your cryptocurrency into their business? The short answer is you try really hard and often get told no. So it says, to address the demand side, this is what Dash is doing. You need to build a product that is going to attract users, retain users, and give them reason for engaging with it. So how is Dash doing this? Well, firstly, they are not only building a product, DashPay, but they're also building a platform that will help address this. This platform is called Dash Platform, and is basically a data layer that is stored across the masternode network and made acceptable to developers via DAPI, which is a decentralized API. As discussed in my first article, this data layer can store all sorts of data and will lead to users being able to create blockchain user accounts that store their user data across the network, accessible from any Dash platform compatible application. DashPay looks to be one of the first Dash platform applications to launch, and this application looks mighty fine. I agree. We played that in a CATV live episode a few times back. DashPay is basically the crypto version of Venmo, not yet, but it will be, and completely decentralized. I need to emphasize decentralized, as I have been banned from using Circle for sending money to a poker website when online poker is legal here in New Zealand. They wouldn't let me withdraw my money for weeks, so I understand that decentralization is important. Anyway, back to it. DashPay will allow you to create a blockchain user account, store your username, profile photo, bio, contact lists, etc. on the network. It will have a search function to find and add friends to your contact list. And these are the only features that I know of as an outsider, but I've heard that they are looking to gamify it too. So that's interesting. If you want to read more from Meek and his nice series on this, you want to read more about this, it's also going to be in the YouTube description. So we're going to move on. Nice article, Meek, a nice series. And this is something that I've covered already in my CATV video lineup if you want to go check it out. So I'm not going to dive into it. I'm just going to read the headline and subheadline. Earn up to 12.5% in rewards on gift card marketplace eGifter with Dashback. So this is something that they're going to be offering for a limited time. If you buy a gift card on eGifter, you can get 12.5% Dashback. Dash and eGifter are working together to provide Dash users with the ability to purchase digital gift cards from hundreds of brands using Dash. Through the Dash gift card marketplace, Dash users have access to gift cards from countless brands at any time, anywhere, with the ease, speed, and security of Dash. So that's interesting. You do the Dash transaction, you get Dash back. And this is something that's going to be permanent, but the 12.5% level is not going to be permanent. It's only for a limited time. So get out there, buy a card on eGifter, and get your 12.5% back. Don't ask me what this is here. This is a new tab. I don't know what that's doing there. Must have made a mistake somewhere along the line.
Hi guys.
So here's another video.
To the Simple
it's about
Swap
Dash.
cryptocurrency exchange.
So how to this is for Dash
video,
on Simple Swap. Sorry, I want to go back to the beginning. I don't want to. All right, perfect. So this is how to buy Dash on Simple Swap. This is an Ethereum exchange Ethereum to Dash, which I highly suggest doing. So if you want to exchange your Ethereum to Dash after watching me here and seeing how awesome Dash is, here's how you can do it on Simple Swap. And this is a video that just came out the other day, so I'm going to play it for you guys now.
Hi guys, and welcome to the Simple Swap cryptocurrency exchange. In this video, we will guide you on how to buy Dash in just a few simple steps using our platform. So let's roll. First, let's take a closer look at Dash. The project was launched on 18th of January 2014 and quickly developed new features focused on speed, privacy, and usability, making it ideal for use as a digital currency. Built to support real-life use cases, Dash aims to provide a fully decentralized payment solution. Users can purchase goods at thousands of merchants and trade it at major exchanges and brokers around the globe. Nowadays, Dash is on the top 20 cryptocurrencies by market capitalization. Pretty impressive, right? Dash is definitely worth your attention. Ready to get some Dash? Start with selecting the coin that you want to exchange in the You Send section using the drop-down list. You can also use the search bar. Just start typing the name of the cryptocurrency or its ticker. Next, enter the amount you would like to exchange. Now select Dash in the You Get section. You can also use the search bar. After that, you will see the estimated amount of Dash you will receive. Please note that there is a minimum amount for every exchange. Do not send an amount less than the minimum one. Then you need to enter the recipient's Dash address. Be extremely careful and double-check your Dash address. Your Dash coins will be sent to this address right after the exchange. Alright, now all the necessary details for the exchange are entered. Once again, make sure that all the data is correct. If everything is okay, click the exchange button and you will be forwarded to the exchange page. At this stage, the status of your exchange is waiting. Here you will see the address to send the indicated amount of Ethereum to continue the exchange. You can use the QR code to speed things up. After we have received the deposit to our address and the transaction has the required amount of confirmations, the status will be indicated as exchanging, which means that your exchange is in progress. While our system is sending you Dash, the status changes to sending, and you will only have to wait a little for the coins to reach your address. Now that's it. Your exchange is completed and you can see the indicated status as finished. In most cases, the exchange process usually takes up to 30 minutes. See how simple it is? In case you have any questions left, feel free to ask us in the comments below or contact our friendly support team using email which you can find under this video. Thank you for watching our video and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see more videos from SimpleSwap.
Alright, perfect. So that was a video from SimpleSwap. If you want to exchange your Ethereum to Dash, you can go ahead and do it on SimpleSwap if you want to. So one of the other crypto exchanges that are out there, it looks pretty easy to use to me, and you get Dash in a well-timely manner. So this one here is the last one we're going over today. Anybody who's watched the whole show, congratulations to you. And if you're just joining me now, then this is the second last thing we're going to be covering today. So is Bitcoin still the most secure cryptocurrency? We're finding the most reliable solution. No, thank you. Oh, sorry, I didn't say who it was. This is on Coin Codex, and the author is Maria Fox. So Maria, if you're out there watching, I'm going to read your article. Nowadays, users choose services and systems with the highest level of data security. When choosing a blockchain-backed system, people rely on the high level of its security, but unfortunately, by far not all platforms can guarantee complete privacy of user data due to a specific set of security issues. Bitcoin is still well known as the most reliable cryptocurrency with the maximal size of investments and a highly secured network, which eliminates the high transaction costs and the limited usefulness of smaller payments. A common phrasing is that you're paying more for security. In this way, Bitcoin is predominantly seen as a store of value rather than an e-cash in 2020. And we're solving the Bitcoin network's issues. Another secure technology pioneer is the Dash network that's been able to reduce the blockchain transaction time to around 2 seconds. Created in 2014, it was the first to market with masternodes, instant transactions, self-funding, network governance, 51% attack protection, and optional privacy tools. See, that's a pretty interesting thing when you consider Dash has brought all that stuff, and Dash was the first one to implement all that stuff. Now you know why we're so excited about it here at CATV. So Dash is, unlike Bitcoin, Dash is secured against 51% attacks and unintentional chain reorganizations, thanks to the implementation of chain locks and instance end. Chain locks adds another layer to the system's security, similar to a website taking the standard login and password approach and adding a one-time code authenticator. The additional security layer makes attacking the Dash network exponentially more difficult. Thanks to this approach, exchanges can safely credit user deposits and allow trading right away with lower risk against loss than any number of proof-of-work block confirmations could provide on their own. Whereas traditional block confirmation increases the cost of attempted double spend attacks, the chain locks tool eliminates the risk entirely by making chain reorgs impossible. Since exchanges are one of the main targets for 51% attacks, eliminating such risk is of tremendous value to exchanges, traders, and other financial services providers. So it goes on in this article to explain what Chainlock's technology is and everything else that makes Dash a secure solution. And I recommend you read it. It's also going to be in the YouTube description page. And our last article today, our last little news item, it's not an article, it's just a tweet, but we're going to go over it. So if you have any questions or comments on YouTube, now's the time to put them in the chat. I'll be getting to them shortly. So this basically, it's an announcement. And they're saying that Dash Techs in Venezuela, if you don't speak Spanish, let's see if I'm not going to do the translation. I can do the translation for you. They're saying that instead of using the Bolivar, which is the devaluating currency, as their medium of exchange, as their unit of account, they're now using the US dollar. So people in Venezuela are now going to be seeing US dollar amounts instead of Bolivar amounts. And it makes sense because US dollar is much more stable than the Venezuelan Bolivar. And this Dash Techs is to make Dash useful even when there's no cell service or no internet service. As long as you have a cellular service, you can access it. So you can send through text. It's a very low-tech solution that for a high-tech thing that Dash is, or the cryptocurrency is. So never fear if the connection goes down, you can use Dash Techs if you're a Dash Techs customer. And now instead of having bolivars in Venezuela as your go-to currency, everything's accounted for in USD. So we're going to pause for station identification. That was a nice long one. I had to go over that scammer one. I was really excited to go over that scammer one because I found it extremely interesting. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to now go to the chat, see if there's anybody out there that wants to say anything. I appreciate all you guys here for the ride. So it doesn't look like there's anybody else saying anything, so I'm going to sign off for today. You've been watching CATV Live right here on Cash Alternative TV. I'm your host, Christopher Carruthers, also known as Tao of Satoshi, and that's it for me today. So if you want to learn more about Dash, or you want to learn more about cryptocurrency, or just want to hang out with me some more, don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube. Follow and friend me on any of the other platforms I'm broadcasting from. I was broadcasting live on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook Live, Twitch, and D Live. Now I'm going to go head to Twitch and D Live for about 10 more minutes. I usually don't have too much going on over there. But if you want to hang out with me some more and ask me any direct questions, head on over to the Twitch and D Live. And if you want to find out how to go to Twitch and D Live, you can find those links in dashnation.com/CATV or the Reddit cryptocurrency, the Reddit Cash Alternative TV channel, that are Cash Alternative TV. So that's it for me today. Happy 4th of July to my American friends. Thanks for listening to me for an hour. Bye for now.